I remember back in 2002 when we started His House Productions, telling children's stories to churches and how much fun it was for us and the reactions that we would get out of the children and the parents.
Just hearing the feedback from the parents and from the kids, we would hear that, why don't you guys record some of the children's stories that you're doing? Okay, God is putting us on a mission.
And so as we started this process, I remember going, okay, God, what are you telling us to do? And what characters are we going to use, and how are we going to tell the stories? And that night I got a late night call from my brother and his wife. Like 1 a.m. Good thing it was a weekend. And I remember the call, and you all were excited, said, we got the name. I was like, what name? And it was Broski and the Fan Band. I was like, Broski and the Fan Band? My brother says, yeah, and it means brotherhood and family. But the next day, kind of thought, well, what about the characters?
Broski and the Fan Band is basically made up of 3 characters. So the first character is Broski, the character who was raised in the city. He's sort of the character who always causes a little bit of commotion out of the group. He's the one who gets them into a bind, and then they have to figure out how to work themselves out. He's the animated character of the group, and he's the self-proclaimed leader of the group. The second character is Cotton.
Cotton is from the South. He is the true leader of the group, very thoughtful, highly intelligent, and he speaks with a Southern drawl so that he was very purposeful in the words that he chose and very methodical in his thinking. So he oftentimes had to get him out of hot water. But then we said, hey, we need this other character, Candy. Now who's she gonna be?
Now Candy is the character who's actually from the suburbs. Candy is the feisty sort of character who is really Broski's antagonist.
And so with that, we launched into our very first DVD. It was based on the story of Jonah. It's called Big Old Fish. And we wanted to deal with the topic of bullying, obedience, and also we wanted to have an African-American father present because we think that's missing in a lot of media. So we wanted to give children tools that they could deal with in dealing with everyday common occurrences that happen at schools.
Now we learned so much from our first project, Big Old Fish, and we embarked on a second project, and we called this second project The Stinky Locker. And The Stinky Locker was based on the story of the 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The Stinky Locker is, we dealt with 2 very heavy topics. We dealt with materialism, and we also dealt with peer pressure. We brought a new character in Stinky Locker, and this character was called Young G. And Young G is like any middle school age kid who basically wants to be popular and wants to fit in and has to deal with peer pressure.
And after The Stinky Locker, we got a lot of good feedback on the music. And we came up with this great audio CD called Jam, which stands for Jesus and Me. Because we did some audio dramas, as well as we had a Christian comedian come in and just kind of narrate us through this audio CD that has 13 tracks. And as the Bible tells us, that Satan is a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. He came and he attacked. We went through some personal trials, some family trials, as everyone does in life. And I think it's important for us to say this. But the Bible also tells us, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there you may be also. And that the prayers of the righteous availeth much. And so we began to pray. Sure enough, God brought us out of it and gave us a brand new vision and a brand new focus and direction. And we call this new place Kingdom Village.
And Kingdom Village is a new series that we're working on. And we're working on a video, as we're working on books, and as well as characters. But with Kingdom Village is really all about, number one, the kingdom. We know that the kingdom will be very diverse and it will have a whole lot of diverse characters in it. So we brought in new characters in Kingdom Village. And in this story, what we're trying to say is that new beginnings start with you.
And we think that's really important because we all need second, third, fourth, and fifth chances in life. And so that's what this village really is about. As we begin this Kingdom Village journey and continue the His House production legacy, we need your help. And there are several ways that you can help. One is you can pray for us. We absolutely need that. 2, purchase our products, share them with others as gifts. 3, join our email list. You can go to our website, and the website is being shown on the screen. 4, join us on social media. And so with that, we as His House Productions would simply like to say,
Thank you.
for your time, for your attention, for your support. So again, thank you from His House Productions, and remember to laugh,
Learn and live.
God bless.
God bless you.